Ooh, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. Good times with Scar here, and welcome back to the wonderful worlds of Hermits and Crafting. And we are flying by our beautiful new volcano, which is now complete. Now, of course, there are some things we're still going to be working on stream, like getting all the coral in place and the burning palm trees. But the main structure of it is now complete, and that makes me super happy. And first of all, before we start with anything, guys, thank you so much for the support on this project. This got a little bit wild, and we're going to talk about it in just a minute, but from the bottom of my Scott heart, thank you so much for that. And yeah, if you guys like this project, leave a like rating, and so I know that you guys enjoyed it. But this is the funny thing. This is what I've been waiting to show you, and I meant to show it in the last episode, but I didn't. This circle right here was going to be the max width of the volcano. So this was literally going to be sand block and then a sand block in the water level. And then of course, you know, sandstone going downwards after that. But it would have been sand, and then there would have been like a little bit of stone here, and then it would have went up into a point. Like, I don't even think this is even a quarter of the size of the volcano. So I'm actually really pleased that we did go the extra mile here, and we went a little crazy actually. And I think it came out pretty cool. So I read through about 4,000 comments last night. And through the last like 2 videos, just kind of catching back up on everything, making sure I got a good read through. And you guys had me in stitches. There's some great comments that made me laugh. But there's some great bed bandit talk, by the way. We'll get into that today. And there was some really great suggestions on what we should do with the volcano. But I'm excited to announce that we are going to be putting my storage area in the center of the volcano. After a lot of deliberation on what we should do in here, I think that is the best course of action, and overwhelmingly you guys decided that would be the best also. Now, how do we make this realistic? Why am I drowning? I'm just submarine scout here. How do we make this a realistic possibility of putting something inside of a volcano? So the theme is that this is a dormant volcano that's now erupting. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to make a core coming straight down. So there is a reason why there is lava and things going out of the top. I mean, if this was hollow in here, it wouldn't make any sense now, would it? So we'll do a core going down here, and then on the sides we'll use the ring over here to make up our storage area. Now, the real great part about the storage area is it's a black market. So there's going to be a stand selling stone, there's going to be a sand selling wood, there's going to be a jewels vendor, things along those lines in here. That's our storage area, and I think it's going to be really fantastic. And maybe we can get Cub maybe to build us that shulker thing from season 5. Maybe we can even put it in the central column. Also, another great thing, we're going to harness the power of the volcano. We're not going to talk about that anymore, but that's where I'm going to leave it. Harnessing the power. Haha. But anyway, I'm just really inspired. Really excited about the future of all the fun things we have planned this season. And it just makes me so happy that you guys are enjoying it. And yeah, so let's go head over to the shopping district, because that is where we're going to be working today. Welcome to the shopping district, and it has been quite a challenge today to decide on what we're going to be doing for our landscaping shop. On Twitter, I threw up 2 images, and I was asking you guys, what one do you like? What's the concept in these 2 that you think would be fun to do? Now, overwhelmingly, I'm seeing positive trends towards design number 2, and that, of course, is a tree, which is giving life to biomes below it. So think of this beautiful tree, and then below it, there's some biomes growing out from within. It's the mother tree after all. And then the other option would be an underground amusement park ride type design, which would lead you into caverns. Like the minecart will take you into a big vista, and then it would go into another room and another one, things along those lines. But it looks like the overwhelming majority of you guys want to see number 2, and I will do either one, honestly. They're both great. They both inspire me. There is one reason why I'm a little bit shy of 1, is that I still have dark nightmares. I still have dark nightmares of season 5, and I don't want to go back underground, honestly. So what we're going to do, number 2, and where we're going to be doing that is right here. Now you might be thinking, Scar, that's the medieval district, and it is. But we've decided that this little chunk right here would be okay to co-op into the shopping area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this piece of land off, and I'm going to run a river right through this way so it separates the shopping and the medieval district. And I've got approval by the Hermits. They're totally cool with that. And we always made a decision if somebody had an idea that would move into another district. It's totally cool to move the land. There's not a lot going on in the medieval district, so I think that is going to be perfect. So what we're going to be doing right here is a little bit of magic, right? We're going to be building a tree, but not just any tree. It's going to be a special tree. It's going to be a different tree. Quite excited about it. And then, like I said, that's going to give life to biomes below it, unique things. I'm thinking moons. I'm thinking Old West, fantasy, things like that. I think it'll be really fun. Now, to top it off, we're going to be selling... We are going to be selling tickets for the ride. That's right. We're going to be making money off this shop, not only from landscape sales, but from people taking the ride. So there's going to be a minecart station. You'll be able to get on a minecart for a diamond, and it'll take you through all the different lands. Think of it as the Disneyland Railroad of the shop, right? We go through all the different biomes, and then we come back, and yeah, I think that'll be pretty cool. And let's get started with this. They call me Mad Stacks. Look at all those diamonds down below. We need to make a couple purchases here in the shopping district. First stop now is at Azuma's bone shop, and we're gonna clear him out with our Mad Stacks. Next stop is Stress Monsters Let It Go shop. But anyway, we need to buy ice. We need to buy, I think the other thing is snow. So we need lots of snow. I need more than that. I need more than that, Stress. I need a special order here. But at least, oh gosh, you don't have any ice either. That's actually a problem because we're going to need a lot of that for our project today. Next stop is the Azuma Kelp Block store. So we need to buy a ton of this for the ConCorp smelter also. I smell profits over at Cherry. And as par with Cherry policy, we update our products' names every year, and sometimes we even added X to the end to make it even more exclusive. And there goes my anvil. I needed that anvil for more things. Dang it. Okay, well, we're gonna have to get another anvil, but we will be moving the price up 5 diamonds because as with adding the X to the end, that makes it more exclusive. So we need to charge more. By the way, profits, told you guys. And I think I saw some other profits over here. Let's see, the iHappy Pros, I think. Yes, there they are. And then let's check this guy, another diamond. What about this? Nailed it. Got another one. Check these guys. Okay, all right, there we go. We made some more profits. You know, this shop is actually turning out fairly well. I think we still need to adjust the prices a little bit more and just maintain stock and make sure that people understand a stack is whatever the stack is in the container, not a stack of 64. We've been robbed. Welcome to ConCorp, and we found a Cub fan here. So let's give him the kelp box here. So dried kelp, there we go. Let's give him that. Bam, nailed it. There we go. Cub, it's right here. Cub. Yeah, look at all that kelp. Nice. Okay, so what we got to do now is we need to do some serious harvesting of the leaves and the trees, and I hope to fill up. I think I need 5 shulkers of leaves and maybe 1 to 2 at best of the oak. I think that's my preliminary thought, but you know us, like the volcano, it might be 10 times the size. So let's get harvesting. Chop, chop, choppity chop, 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 chop. That's the way the cub likes to do it. Chop, chop, to chop, chop, chop. Welcome back. And after an entire stack of iron, we have sheared as much leaves as I'm going to shear. So look at all. Why did I go towards the empty boxes? I'm so proud of the amount of leaves I've sheared, but I go for the empty boxes. There it is, but that's only a line and barely a quarter. There's a full box. Okay, now are you guys proud of me? Look at all that. Look at all that leaves and all the wood, and there's some more leaves and some more logs and some more leaves. So I think that's pretty good. I took some out of the box here, but I want to leave some, and I want to just clear the place out, and I'll fill that back up with what I've taken so we can always have some on the handy. But if we are in a pinch, I'm going to come back to that chest for sure. So let's pack all this up and actually start working on the project today. Now that we have supplies in hand, it is time to get started with the build, which I am so hyped for. Something about this particular choice that we chose really called to me, and this entire season has been about kind of following that inner Minecrafter in me, because, you know, sometimes there's things that just call to you. It's just like, that's what I need to do. Like, it just feels right. And so far this whole season, I've been following that voice, and it's paid off really well so far. I think all the things we've done so far have been pretty good, and I've been pretty proud of them. So hopefully this will be one more of those. So let's jump right into it. First thing we need to do, we need to find the center. The center is where the tree is. And then from the tree, that's where the biomes flow out. So if we say maybe like right here is the center, and if we scaffold our way up, we can look down a little bit. So from here, the biomes kind of spill outwards. And what we need to do is come up with what those are going to be. If you remember the image, there was a temporary thing. It said lunar or, you know, fantasy, western, things along those lines. But I want you guys to help me. We need 4 biome choices. So in the comments, I want to know 1, 2, 3, and 4. What should the biomes be? And these can be anything. Just think of whatever you guys want. I want to see it in the comments. I'm going to pick them from the comments. Okay. So make sure you put them in there. And yeah, so the biomes will spill outwards. And what we want to do is build up a berm, right? It kind of has a slope and then it come crashing down in a cliff. That'll give us a nice separation from, you know, the rivers and the shopping in the modern area to where these custom biomes are going to be placed around the tree. So the tree is giving life to these biomes. And then the tree itself is going to be unique because that's why we have the snow and the ice and future glass products and stuff like that we're going to incorporate it anyway. So over here, this is the river. I started to lay out the river a little bit because we need to build a new river that separates the 2 shopping areas. So then it'll be almost like nothing ever happened around here. So we'll separate that, and maybe eventually we could start working on a marquee for the medieval area also. We need to come up with an idea for that. So that's something we need to do later, but let me start working on the layout, start getting that established, and that'll make it much easier to start with the tree. We're also going to have to contend with this little pond here. I think we still have some of Grian's sponges left, so we can use those, and he probably wants those back. We got to return those. He's like, where's my sponges? I'm completely surrounded by creepers. I was building up the pillars, kind of gauging height. I had no idea that 5 creepers were waiting for me at the bottom. And like that, we've killed off Bub, the creeper building inspector, and his evil cousins. So let's get started on the build. And I want to try something a little bit different than I usually do it. And whenever I tell you guys to build, you know, a tree or something like that, always start with like a cylinder shape and then go straight up. And from that, you start kind of pulling it apart and carving it out and things along those lines. But I'm going to do this in dirt. And then once we've established a good design with the dirt tree, if you will, we'll then apply the wood blocks to it. And I think that may be a better solution when it comes to having a little bit more fine control. So say, you know, if we're building, we have way more control over dirt, you know, kind of moving it around, things like that when we're doing this, instead of, you know, doing it full on oak wood or whatever. We have to use an axe. It's a little bit slower process. And then of course the wood is a way more valuable resource than dirt is. So I think that'll be a better solution for our design of the tree. And I think it'll be fun. If it doesn't work, let's do it the old way. Totally cool. We'll use me as a test source, see if this works or not. Okay. So one other thing we need to decide is where the tree will have its sway. So all good trees, especially big oak ones, have a little bit of a sway. You know, maybe they're reaching for the sun or the wind's been pushing them one direction. So I'm going to lean it towards the right-hand side, towards the water. And then the leaves will then flow a little bit more on this side, casting a shadow onto the ground. And by doing that, it will allow this area to potentially be more of a cold or shaded biome. So when you're choosing 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the biomes, think about that. This could be the cold biome area, okay? So because, you know, the tree's covering it up a little bit. It's something fun to think about. So yeah, oh man, I'm excited about this. I'm always nervous before I start trees because it's such a difficult process to create something natural, something organic. Same thing with the volcano. It was quite a process to start that. But, you know, if you keep your head up and confident in your abilities, anything can happen, my friend. It's all about confidence, really. If you're confident that you can make something cool, you know what? And it doesn't work out, your confidence maintains. And you just keep doing it. You know, I can do this. I can do this. I may have failed once. I may have failed twice, 3 times even. But I'm confident I'm going to be able to get it. And eventually you will. So let's do it. Now that right there is a super fancy looking tree. No, that is the pillar. Okay. So the pillar is established. From the pillar, what we need to do is start planning out the shape. So one thing I'd like to do with it is have it on a little bit of an angle. Okay, I knew there was something behind me. I'm like, something's coming after me. Anyway, I'd like it to kind of angle a little bit on this side right here. So some branches may be sticking out this way. And what we need to do is have it kind of have an arch a little bit. So it'll start right there and it'll kind of arch out like that. So kind of an S shape, right? So it kind of starts right there, kind of bows back up and then outwards. that's the shape we're going to start to work with. So what that entails is heading on over here. Start kind of just building this up, right? Starting to build up the root structure of the tree. And the roots are so important with the overall design of the build because the roots are what's creating the biomes around. And did I mention that this tree is also going to be frozen with snow and icicles? It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. So yeah, this is a really rough design, but as you guys can see, there's going to be roots heading this way. And what that's going to need to be done is this spot right here is need to be kind of pushed inwards. So this is going to have like blocks, coming downwards like this. And I need to make sure I get out because I don't want to get trapped and stuff like that. There we go. So yeah, that design, okay, that looks terrible, but you get the picture. We're going to pull this side out and we're going to push this side in and start carving this thing because it's going to be amazing when we're done. I was thinking about making a landscape shop until this thing started looking like a boot. That's right, this thing looks like a cowboy boot. We're going to be selling boots here, leather boots to the finest cowboys in all of Hermitcraft. It's going to be amazing. Oh man, it actually does look like a boot. But if you look closely, you can start to see the shape of a tree starting to form. You can see the roots coming out and all sorts of little things, like there's a little passageway over there. So the root is kind of sticking out of the ground, and just little details like that are just what's going to start appearing within the design. Now, we're taking a root this way, straight down, and we'll kind of curve it this way. And I wanted to cut in about halfway in between in the layout here and just show you that this is something that's a viable thing to do when you're trying to come up with a tree, is to try it all in dirt until you want to apply those permanent blocks. And honestly, I'm going to be doing this from now on. This is first of all just fun because it feels like I'm playing with clay. Second of all, this is going to save time. It's going to save resources. This is a whole new way of building. And I'm very, very excited about that. So yeah, I hope you guys are kind of looking at maybe trying this yourself. And if you do, I want to see those pictures on Twitter. I want to see you guys building something like this and then turning it actually into a tree. And it doesn't have to be a tree. It could be a house. It could be a mountain. It could be anything. But using the dirt as a base, it really saves some time. And I'm loving every minute of it. Something about trees just make me happy. And I felt like, you know what, with this season, I gotta make a tree. Now, we did do Python's tree, right? But that's Python's, we made that for him. But every Hermitcraft season's gotta have a Scar tree of some kind. We had one in season 4, we had one in season 5. And this one, even though it'll have some characteristics of the season 4 tree, but it'll be vastly different when this is all complete. But you just gotta have patience, and you gotta trust me that this is gonna be different. It's gonna be a really, really cool. But yeah, I'm just having a lot of fun making this. It's really relaxing, very, very peaceful. And sometimes you need that in your life. It's like a meditative state of Scar making a tree. Well, out of dirt anyway. And what was that? Wait a second, it's daytime. Did you hear a phantom? Oh my gosh, that scared the living scars out of me. Okay, all right, well, back to work here. So, as I was saying, we've got ourselves a tree, guys. Like, we put in a ton of work carving and moving blocks around, and I think we've got a really, really solid shape for a tree. And I am super, super excited about this. This angle kind of looks like a swamp monster, like coming out of the swamp, like using a GUI. But yeah, I really like this, and man, I cannot tell you how much easier it is to make it out of dirt first. And now all we need to do is just replace it with wood, and it's gonna be so simple and easy. And this saved, I'm gonna say this probably saved at least 4 hours of work. There's a lot of little changes I still want to make. There's still pieces that need to be refined, especially on this side. This side doesn't look that great at the moment. But that's why we did it this way. We can quickly make those changes. So I'm gonna go and get that wood. I'm gonna get that block all set up and ready to go and make those small changes on that side. And soon we're gonna have an awesome tree. of super fast build mode, and we now have ourselves a tree looking super fancy. I already noticed there's a few places I want to change, and there's a rogue dirt block right there. But I am incredibly happy about this, and watch out for the Great Hermit Gorge flowing through here, because that'll be the new river, of course. But yeah, I think the shape is good, and there's some areas we still need to kind of sand off with some sandpaper and clean it up. Like these 2 blocks right there are in the wrong orientation. And this little horse here kept me company for the last little bit as we were working on this, and I cannot tell you guys how much simpler it makes it by doing it all in dirt. Yeah, you still got to come back and add those extra blocks once you've made it pretty much in dirt. You got to come back and put the real official blocks in there, but it saves so much time, and it's absolutely amazing. And that dirt block up there is it's really disturbing me. But there's all sorts of amazing possibilities with this design. Like, I can't wait to see these roots like materializing out of the tree and then creating a biome. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so awesome. And as for these areas, like I said, we're going to do like some little slopes. So the train will start at the water and it'll work its way up and then come down into a cliff, right? And then inside there, we'll dig down a little bit. That's where the biomes are going to be contained. So what we need to work on now is... what the heck? GR8, M8, I rate 88. This is the work of Cubfan. I never saw him. I don't know when he put this there, but he must have snuck up on me when I was working on this. But anyway, what we're going to do now is we need to get the branches and the leaves going. So let me get those in the inventory. Let's head up to the top. Start leafifying the tree. As I was getting the leaves for our next phase of the build, I noticed that we only have 2 stacks of logs left. I'm glad I went the extra mile and put in the time, because yeah, that turned out it took a lot more logs than I anticipated. It's late at night and no one's on, and the only company I have is some evil creepers trying to kill me. Also that delightful horse down there. So we're at the very top of the tree, and that dirt block is still standing there. I cannot continue until that dirt block has been met the fury of 1,000 scars. There we go. Hey, everything's better now. Everything's better on top of the tree when you don't got any dirt blocks. Okay, perfect. As much as I love dirt, but that, I don't know why, that really drove me crazy. So what we're doing now is we're just gonna spread the word of the leaf. That's right, we're gonna spread leaves everywhere, and it is gonna be amazing. So this is a lot of leaves, and one of the fun things you can do when you're at this stage of the build, this is like a fun little tip, is actually put torches around here. Just throw a couple little torches here and there, and eventually you'll put so many leaves on here, you won't even really see the actual torch, but you'll get the benefits of light. It's gonna be amazing. So yeah, that's just a fun extra little tip you can do to add a little extra light. So in the night, you know, when you want to attract business, I didn't do that with pythons. I should have, because that's something I forgot. I hadn't played Minecraft for like 2.5 weeks when I built that. So, you know, I was a little bit rusty. So yeah, this is what we're going to do now. We're going to slowly start filling up this thing full of leaves, make it amazing. And like I mentioned, when we did do Python's tree, was another option if you don't have a lot of leaves, is get a lot of bone meal and a lot of saplings and some shears. You know, you make some modifications to the actual tree, but you still can get a pretty good result with that and a lot of extra leaves, especially if you make something massive, like a really massive tree. That really helps. So why don't we hit super fast build mode and leafify this tree. End of super fast build mode, and we did it. We've got ourselves a tree, and I'm pretty proud of this considering we got this entire tree built in one episode. This giant, natural organic thing, all constructed and ready to roll. So let's land ourselves here. And there's definitely, oh no, there's another rogue dirt block. Why do I keep finding those things? But anyway, as you guys can see, there's lots of little spots here and there that still need work, right? We want to bring the branches down a little further. There's some spots that are a little patchy. And, even in these little spots, there's so many little things that we can do, but the main structure is done, and that makes me super happy because that means we can move on to the other areas of it. So lots of little different angles. So remember how we talked about all, good old oak trees have kind of a natural arch to them, and then one side, of course, will have a little bit more sway to the branches. And yeah, I'm really, really pleased with the way this came out. And so in the interior, that's where we can, put the shop and different things like that. But to get into the shop, that's the fun part, because you'll actually get on a minecart. And we'll do something maybe give or take like right here. You get on the minecart and you do like an entire circle through all the custom biomes, which, reminding you, you're supposed to come up with those, okay? Hope you are in the comments or on Twitter, whatever you feel. And then, of course, the minecart will go all the way around here and then into the shop. And, maybe we'll ask, for maybe a diamond for the ride, for maintenance costs or things along those lines. So that's where people go and get their landscaping. Oh man, I'm super, super, super excited about this. And I think that came out really cool. And I think the best part of today is that using a dirt layout like we did to construct the organic shape of the trunk has really proven to be something that is viable for easy construction of an organic structure like a tree. And I hope you guys follow that pattern as I did. And just starting with dirt, playing around with the shapes and the details and things along those lines, I think it'll really, really save you guys time. And if you do, please tweet me the before, the dirt version, and then the finished version. I want to see that. But anyway, we got to head over to ConCorp real quick because we have a delivery from the Eye of the Jevin, or the Jeffster.
All right, guys, we are back in ConCorp once again with iJevin and Good Times with Scar. What's up, guys?
Hi.
How are you all? Hello, Jeffster. How are you?
Hello, sir. How you doing?
Good.
And yeah, we're here today because we have some payment that has come due. That has
yes.
Yeah, been greatly anticipated. I've been waiting for this for a week or so now.
I would like to apologize for the delay. I decided to mine for it all rather than using the smelter or the spawner.
Nice.
So
nice.
Right here is a full stack, that the half chest that I owed you.
Ooh, okay.
On top of that, I'm gonna go ahead and comp another line of 9.
Ooh, nice.
I love comped.
To further extend our partnership, because we're building moments here, guys. This is gonna be future memories. I want to give you guys a AFK season pass for Monday on all of my spawners, so you guys can AFK there all day long on Mondays if you'd like.
Oh wow, thank you. I think we also have something for you, Jevin. I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
Vexes, Jevin, are generous creatures,
okay.
And for our friends, we like to take care of them. So first thing, I want to give you a little bit of cake. There you go.
Snap.
So enjoy that. That's Vex cake, by the way. Very, very nice.
I'm gonna nom that later.
And also, I have a very exclusive and premium Vex tunic for you, and you must wear this at all times to show your pride in us.
Ooh, I'll wear it right now, but I gotta fly.
Nice.
It's actually a requirement. You have to wear that at all times.
I see.
Especially when using the smelter. That's how you get in the door.
Okay, I will use it in the smelter. I can at least promise that.
Yeah, speaking of the smelter, we got to show you how to use it, because it's not like a traditional smelter. You and me and Scar are the only people who can use this furnace array. So this is a very, very valuable thing for us. Yeah, so yeah, it's very exclusive, and yeah, basically, if you see anybody else in here, just slam.
That's exactly what I was about to say. If I come in here and it's not us 3, I'm killing right away. That's it. Yeah. I'm not even asking. I'm swinging.
Yeah, I love that Scar is taking a bath here.
I also love Jevin's attitude right there. Swinging without questions. I like that. Like that a lot, actually.
That's very good. Very good to have. Very good to have. So, dude, this is how you use it. So, first of all, we have this lamp, right?
Okay.
If this lamp is off, then you can't use the smelter.
Okay.
So that means low fuel, and Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just make sure you throw in only full stacks, and it can smelt up to 36 stacks at once.
So test run. Oh, hey, I got some cobble to smelt. Oh, hey, that's a cool spawner. Okay, fuel lamp is on, meaning I'm good to go.
Yep.
So I'm going to walk over here, step on the pressure plate.
Oh, you forgot something.
Off.
There you go.
Cubby forgot the magic words, Cub.
Oh my God. No, it's on. The tunic's on. I'm good.
No, you forgot to go hungry, hungry furnace, because like it's like a mouth and it opens up. It's like hungry, hungry, hungry furnace.
I actually prefer the nomenclature of num 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 num.
Also remember, Jevin, with that tunic, that shows your alliance with the Vex. So if you're ever in need, we can help you, as long as you have the tunic on. Without it,
yeah, same goes. So if I'm getting attacked by Iskall or somebody, and I just pop this on and say help, you guys, it's almost like the magical conch from SpongeBob. Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, very much so. So
awesome.
Yes, always wear that at all times. Flying on back from ConCorp, it's nice to do business with the Jevster, and the tree is looking fantastic. I've once again made a few little modifications, nothing that you'd probably really see, but there's just little things in my eye. I also have forgot to remove that dirt block for sure. I just saw it, by the way. All right, anyway, I want to head down here real quick because there's a lot of little details in here that I want to see what we could do about changing. There's a lot of repetitive bark. So say what we do is we take out, maybe a few little pieces like this. Maybe it feels like this area is a little bit more like it's been cut or something like that. Just like a little bit of a texture change or a contrast change. And it's something I've been really wanting to experiment with the brand new textures. And I went and got a little bit more wood while I was at the ConCorp. And I don't know, looking at it, it's something I think we could play with. We could see where it takes us and things along those lines. But I don't know if it's something we want to continue in only little certain areas. And I wouldn't want to add this to the entire tree. Of course not. But just little areas like that might add some contrast to it or might not. I don't know. But what I do know is the tree is looking good, but this is not the final form. No, it is not, my friends. We are going to add, I'm not going to tell you, no. Or maybe I already did tell you earlier in the episode. This has taken 2 days, so I might have already told you in the video, but something that we purchased in one of the shops is gonna go all over this tree and much, much more. So we need to get a whole bunch more of that before our next episode. And you guys need to help me remember to figure out what biomes that we're going to do that surround the entire tree. But this project was really, really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. And of course, you were inspired for your own tree builds. But until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch videos. And if you believe the videos are rating, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later. And don't forget to subscribe, because you may just become scarred.